This week, Kelowna City Council voted 8-1 to expand alcohol use in public parks like this one at Strathcona. An 8-1 vote, only one councillor against, Gord Lovegrove. So what was he thinking? There has been very few complaints about the trial of alcohol in parks. The RCMP say there haven't been a lot of problems associated with it. People are pretty positive about it, but Gord Lovegrove is against it. Why on earth? Let's ask him. Gord, you voted against it. Why?
Here, let me just, sorry. Oh, no, I don't have any beer for the record, folks, and I don't mean to be a fuddy-duddy about this. But a year ago, in fact, when staff first came to us, I was in support of it. But at a recent Southern Interior Local Government Association conference, I was talking to some folks from Interior Health, and they pointed out, and they reminded me, and we've had local news reports about this, that World Health Organization has and Public Health Agency of Canada published recent research suggesting no amount of alcohol is good for you, no amount of alcohol is safe, and the pretense of normalizing alcohol use around our community, and particularly at beaches, when you think about the motivation for that, that's past now. Our pandemic is over. And this whole thing came in a lot of Penticton. We were trying to follow up and be consistent with our neighboring communities was because we needed more open spaces. And if you read the report, that's exactly what it says. But what I'm saying, and what Interior Health actually told me, is number one, there's a risk to alcohol consumption at any age, at any level.
But is this going to change the amount of alcohol consumption that takes place just because you permit it one place rather than...
It very well might. So thank you. Youth. Is it safe for youth to normalize its use? Are young, inexperienced, impressionable young people coming to a beach, seeing people drinking alcohol, what are they going to think about this thing? So IH was consulted when I asked at the City Council discussion, and they came up with 4 conditions. They wanted signs posted, they wanted follow-up, they wanted warning on those signs, and they wanted to monitor this thing as opposed to
What
carte
kind of
blanche.
signage would you suggest? I guess you're saying that each of these 8 parks where it would now be permitted should have some kind of signage talking about what the dangers of alcohol.
Right. And what concerned me is staff even reported publicly, it's in the public agenda, you can read what IH wants. They said, yeah, we can put up signs, but what the signs are going to say is, here's the phone number to call if you see somebody drunk and unruly because of alcohol, but nothing about the warning against the lack of safety around any level of alcohol consumption.
As a person in a park, does that bother you?
It depends if there's kids around. If there's kids around, I don't think they need to, especially with the playground.
Well, there's the playground right there.
Yeah,
So you're not so much in favor.
No, not really, no.
Oh, I don't see it being a problem, but I mean, with a playground, I would want to section a piece off.
Well, yeah, there's the playground
Yeah,
steps
so I
away.
mean, maybe from those trees to the fence over there. I mean, alcohol and kids don't seem to get along.
I don't really have much of an opinion, to be honest. I think asking them to be respectful is common courtesy, and I think most people will probably do that anyways. The concern probably that most people have is the ones that aren't being respectful, and
But that could happen anyway.
it could happen anyway anyways, so yeah, you never know.
So if they make this change, if it all goes ahead, you're not against it.
I'm not against it, yeah, I just hope that people are being good about it.
Okay, the business argument you made prior to this interview
right.
was that, the other thing is that if people can just go and drink with their friends at the beach, that might discourage people to visit all the great businesses, the microbreweries, et cetera, that would rather people come out and taste their work.
Wine, beer, alcohol is one of the cornerstones of our economy, tourism economy. And I'm not saying no, I'm saying in a controlled location, responsible location, where it's safe and you have to be above age and you have serving it right qualifications. Here at the beach, you have nothing other than your fellow residents, if they happen to be there, that need to call. So it's reactive enforcement. It's not proactive like you have at business. Business are still recovering from COVID. They need all the help they can get.
Let me put this one to you. Not everybody can afford to go sit at an expensive venue and spend $10 a drink, but they still want to socialize with their friends. Maybe they live in an apartment, not a house, and they need a public place to to share a drink with somebody and do it in a way that's affordable. And if everyone was to go your way, this would be taken away from them.
Well, it's not actually with them yet, but thanks for that pretense. We'll call a spade a spade. I mean, people haven't been complaining to City Hall about this. They were fine before COVID. This came about because of COVID and the people's need for outside distancing, safe social distancing. We're past that. People can now be outside or be close to their neighbors. They can go to their friends and do it in their backyard. It wasn't a big deal beforehand. So what's making a big deal now? It's just that I don't want this to be all about the bottom line. I want it to be done in a balanced, responsible, evidence-based manner. And that's all I'm asking for. Tap on the brake, go back to IH, implement more of what they're talking about, be responsible and be safe about it.
So bottom line, you think your council's making a bit of a mistake here?
Well, you saw my vote. It sent the signal that I'm hoping it sent the signal that staff are going to monitor this and come back with perhaps a little bit better signing on the words, wording on the signs, sorry, and also annual reports back. And that's what the city manager, in fact, did. So I'm happy to see that. I just want to make sure that our youth are protected. And by our youth, let's remember the statistic. This all came about because when we have beaches, we have water, we have swimming, and 45% of drownings are due, at least in part, to alcohol. Okay, so half of drownings, and this is for youth age 15 to 35. I'm not talking about youth illegally drinking. I'm talking about folks that are legal age that can drink, 15 to 35.
So just to summarize, we're normalizing alcohol. We are hurting businesses that would rather serve alcohol for people getting together, and we're increasing the risk of alcohol-related water accidents.
We could increase the risk. And again, it's because I'm concerned without proactive enforcement. And the good news is the RCMP are here and they routinely patrol our beaches. So that's good.
Here's one other thing working against you. It's my understanding most people disagree with you. They want this.
Oh yeah, I've had a flood of emails.
You had a flood of one email?
I had a float in of one email expressing concern, and we've had no emails expressing support. What we did is we had 3 beaches where the trial was limited, not a lot of people knew about it, and they went and they asked folks. So I'm going like, I don't see a huge deluge of support one way or the other, but I have to be there for those folks that want a safe, comfortable place for their families, for their youth to be at. And that's my voice.
Okay, well, we'll talk to you again a year from now and see if you've got a big I told you so to tell us or not.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping I will not have an I told you so. I want safe. That's
Right,
all I
right.
want. Let the proof be in it's not going to be in the pudding. It's going to be in the, well, you tell me. Have you got one? Can I borrow one?
I didn't bring any, I didn't bring the beer.
All right.
Thanks for this.
Thank you, sir.
And thanks for watching Kelowna Now.